Weep.
Uh-huh.
I'm upside down. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, but
Oh, there she is.
Hi.
There. Hey.
she's joining up.
Yeah, now she
Hello.
is.
What's up?
That's everyone
My
doing.
my 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 computer didn't work, so I had to install another app or something like that.
Google Chrome.
Yep.
Yep, mine too. That's why it took a while.
I usually use Mozilla Firefox, and I never use Chrome. But
Yeah.
I use also Firefox quite a lot, but
Uh-huh.
they always say that for these I have to use Chrome or a bit like this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Hannah, all that I can say about prequel is this: I don't give it a thumbs down, a thumbs up, nor a thumbs down. I put it like this.
so you're right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the
Yeah,
middle.
because I did the review for my zine,
Yeah.
for my zine, and I give it a 5 out of 10 because the first part is actually quite good. There are some remnants of old Ghost in there, but the second part is crap. I mean, the second part is.
I mean, come on. I mean, even Tobias said he loves ABBA. I mean, you kind of saw that one coming, in a way.
Yeah, but still, if I want to listen to ABBA, I listen to ABBA and not to Ghost. I mean, for me, go. I mean, there are some good songs on that record, but it isn't Ghost. It's completely lacking
My favorite
atmosphere.
and the one that resembles as close as it can get to original Ghost is Faith.
Faith.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But still, even that one isn't like Ritual or Year Zero or Monstrous Clock or
Secular
it's
Hate.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I give it a 5, and like I said, I'm middle. I'm not.
Yeah, well, if I had to rate it, I would probably give it either a 3 or a 4.
You
But
gave it. You gave
nothing
it a.
higher.
You gave it a 2.
Yeah, 2 out of 5.
That's why you gave it a 2 out of 5.
But if I had a scale of 10, I would probably give it a 3 or a 4.
Ah,
I
damn.
mean, I saw Sam Dunn's review, and it wasn't Sam, it was actually Blaine, and
Yeah.
he gave
3?
two
Was it a
two
3?
and a half out of
Two and a
5.
half.
So a bit like me, right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like I would rate it as well. Probably a bit lower, but yeah.
I mean, we can expect. I mean, a bit as I said. I mean, I think that Ghost is starting to dive into the pop area, and then
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I spoke to some of friends of mine who also used to be big Ghost fans, and they say the exact same. That Ghost is trying to become popular, trying to be a bit more mainstream, less spooky, less atmospheric, and so on.
which is a crying shame. I mean,
Yep.
is a crying shame. I mean, they have they could be right there with Blue Oyster Cult, Alice Cooper,
Kiss.
Candlemas.
Candlemass. I don't know because
Nah.
Candlemass they tend to be more
Doom.
darker.
A little bit more
Yeah.
doomier.
Yeah, but
than Ghost.
I mean, Ghost used to be dark, but not anymore. And for me, the first record is a bit like the atmosphere is a bit like Candlemas, but not anymore. And I just lost that.
But then he went to Infestarium, and I mean, Year Zero is dark-ish.
Shit.
Uh,
Even Monsters
is
Clock.
dark.
Well, Monsters Clock the
What?
same. Monsters Clock, you can guess it's a bit more poppier in a way.
One of
Yeah, but it's still
one of my
spooky.
Yeah,
favorites.
it's still
and
spooky. It's still
arguably
spooky.
one of their more darker from Coffee con Dio. That one is awesome.
That one was great.
Yeah.
Live, I mean, they opened their 2015 tour with that one, and it was just, I mean, awesome. And
probably where you were, because here in Portugal I saw them. They opened up with Square Hammer. Then the next one was Con Clavi Con Dio.
no, yeah, I think that was the 2017 tour or something like that. But yeah, something like that. Yeah, I saw them in 2015 when Meliora just came out, and they opened with Con Clavi Con Dio. And I mean, I was standing right in front of Omega, the guitarist, and he was stomping like crazy, and you could hear it everywhere.
They all do.
Wasn't the one at Hellfest? They opened it with Spirit. At Hellfest.
I was there in 2016 at Hellfest. They opened up with Spirit.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, they did that at the festival. Yeah, they did that at the festival, Rock im Revier, and I was there too.
Have they played at Vodkin? I don't remember.
She was in Vodkin. I was in Hellfest.
I know.
I was in Hellfest.
I can see probably in the next 2 years I'll see probably they'll be at Vodkin.
Well, great.
Well, I would be there.
I still remember to this day that I gotta say I was so blessed to go to Hellfest, because on that last day, I mean, I was already stoked for seeing Taria, for seeing Blind Guardian, one of my favorite bands of all time, Amon Amarth. Then it was Ghost. Then after Ghost, basically was, especially when the main stages were so close to one another, it was Ghost, Sabbath, and then King Diamond. Fuck me! It was overkill.
That must have been pretty fucked up. Pretty crazy.
Oh man, you wouldn't even know. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's alright.
Don't know what happened here.
Oh no.
Oh god, not again. There you go.
Got it. Yeah, I got it.
Alright.
But man, that although I did not get to enjoy a bit of camaraderie and all the stuff that happened in Hellfest, but yeah, I was a bit there more for the songs and stuff. But man, it was my first time at Hellfest, and it was so worth it.
So how was your? I'm just imagining Hannah's first vodka. How was it?
You know what when I was in Wacken the first time, I was 17, and at my first day I wanted to see Haggard. I don't know if you know them.
Yeah,
I know them. They played in Portugal some years ago.
Yeah, but I also wanted to see Rammstein, and I hadn't seen them.
Tough choice.
It's Rammstein.
And the thing is, I managed to get to the front row to see Haggard, and it was amazing because I was surrounded by Mexicans. I don't know why they were only Mexicans, but
Viva la Raza!
I was going, what? Isn't that popular in Mexico?
I was gonna say, are we in Monterrey or something?
Yeah, it's very popular in Mexico. And after that, I ran to see Rammstein, and I got there in time when Deep Purple started to play, and then I somehow managed to get in like 15th row or something like that, so I was quite close to the front stage, and it was so hot when Rammstein started to play. I mean,
I would say that's the toughest choice.
I'm just imagining if since you said there were a lot of Mexicans, if they sang Te Quiero Puta, they would like.
Oh! It will be the same thing as Russians singing Moscow.
Yeah.
Moscow.
Exactly. I think that the toughest choice that I did on that show on that year that I went to Hellfest was on one of the secondary stages there was Primordial, and I love Primordial. They're coming here to Portugal in September. I told you.
Wait a minute.
Oh
But you're gonna
shit!
get something.
She's gonna.
Snap.
Let's see. A poster, a drawing, record,
Album.
Ah.
I managed to steal something.
What the?
Well, they play Where Lie the Gods?
Yeah, they played the
That's it! I'm out! I'm out! I'm out!
Come back here, man! Come back here! Come back here, man! No,
when I attended the album release show a few weeks ago, and it was he put his fucking hand on my head and sang the entire chorus of As Rome Burn. No, not of.
I know exactly. I know exactly the feeling. I mean, Alan was just like an inch or so from me. He had his foot on the barricade. Then he saw my head. He puts his hand on the seat and starts saying.
Same feeling. I get it. When I saw when I saw Manson in April, we were literally in front of him. He spit at us at the end of the show. Like he actually spit.
In 2 weeks, Manson is coming here to Portugal. In 2 weeks' time, Manson's coming here to Portugal.
Yeah, he will be at Graspop in 2 weeks, and I will be there too.
Yeah, and also I got a backstage. I went backstage. Like there was a special to go in early.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, no. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Look.
That's
I don't know if you can see it. There it is.
That's Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah, no, the ticket.
Yeah, I see the ticket.
Yeah.
Speaking of some tickets that are going on events that are taking place, Ozzy Osbourne featuring Judas.
I know. You mentioned it the other day.
I got here the ticket.
What's next? Maiden?
July 2nd.
July 2nd.
And also a week or so later, Maiden.
Yeah, I will see all three of them at Graspop.
But like I said, and we talked about this last week. I mean, what the hell is wrong with some of our promoters here in Portugal? I mean, Spain they have Gojira and Saba fucking Ton opening up for them, and here we have Tremonti and Raven Age.
I hate Tremonti and I hate Raven Age. I've seen them both and I hate them. They are boring.
Tremonti, I mean, listening to Tremonti or Alter Bridge is exactly the same thing. Boring and bland. Raven Age, they're not that bad. I mean,
they're okay.
Much, but
they are only there because Steve Harris' son.
George Harris's
his son. No, wait, his son or his daughter? I don't remember.
Son.
His son.
I said George, not Lauren. But I mean, that's the only reason. I mean, I don't see any reason whatsoever. And Tremonti, what?
Okay, there's like one song I like from Tremonti from Alter Bridge. It's like a couple, like Rise Today. The only reason I know that song is because of the I'm Forgetting pay-per-view in 07. When the Undertaker came back against Mark Henry. That was a theme song, so that's why I was hooked up on that song.
And he also did the theme song for Edge.
Oh yeah, that one for sure, yeah.
I like that song.
I mean, let's face it. Alter Bridge is just Creed, but without the lead singer.
Yeah, without Scott.
There you go. Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't care about it either. I mean, never liked Creed. Although we could all say we're 90s kids and naughties. We grew up with that new metal stuff. I mean,
yeah, and
there was some good. I mean,
yeah, and alternative and industrial, and yeah,
industrial. I grew up with industrial. I mean,
I grew up with alternative.
Pure Factory. Sorry.
I grew up with alternative. That was like one of the first things I got. Well, besides AC/DC.
But I grew up with horrible German folk music.
Ouch! Come on.
Not even folk metal?
I used
Never
to play.
once listened. Never once started listening to Accept.
No! And then I find out when I was like 18 that my mother used to listen to metal. But she never showed me.
The
My,
hell?
my father got me to listen to metal.
With me, it was my uncle.
My father got me.
But I got into it all by myself. Because my grandma let me play with the TV and I accidentally got on MTV and saw the Rammstein video.
MTV. Of course.
And then she found me and I was watching like Rammstein videos on MTV and she was like,
I
"What are you even
don't know
watching?"
when, but I actually got introduced to Rammstein via MTV. Believe it or not, there was one of these
With me, it was because
MTV.
with me, it's because on the radio, I remember this like it was yesterday. It was in Houston. I went to visit my uncle, and then they have a rock radio station there, and they put Du Hast. I'm like, this is in English. I'm like, and I thought it was either German, or Portuguese, or French at the time.
Oh,
Wait,
I was 10. I was 10. I didn't know.
I mean, Portuguese, come on.
I
mean,
was 10, okay?
Have you listened to Moonspell?
Yeah.
Do they listen? Do they sound?
No.
Rammstein?
Hey, I told you I was 10. I didn't know better. I was a wee little lad. I was young and stupid.
That's okay, but come on. Rammstein and Moonspell. I mean, Portuguese and German. Come on. That's funny, but nothing to do with.
But when I was in the US and did a student exchange, I had musical class, and I was sitting there, and the school counselor comes in, do Hast.
To you? Oh.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And right after that, he starts singing 99 Luftballons by Nena. And I was just like, what's going on here?
Come on. 99 red balloons. I would prefer to start singing Augenaufisch Kammer.
Oh, Oom! That was my first Oom song that I...
Just as with mine. So
Well, I bought this horrible pop sampler, and there was this Oom song on there, and I hated the entire sampler except that song. I didn't knew metal at that age.
the way that I got introduced to Rammstein, as I said, was for MTV. When they were actually playing music. And there was this Europe Music Awards. I think it was in Frankfurt. And
2001.
And they had this huge live setting. I mean, they started playing a little bit of Sauna. Then they played the entire Ich Will song.
That was 2001 or 2002.
I don't know if it was on the same year that Depeche Mode also played, because I love that Never Let Me Down Again song when they played live. But
I like that song.
But I mean, that's how I got introduced to Rammstein. Then all of a sudden, in one of the more alternative Portuguese cable TV stations, they started to play like more the Mutter songs. I mean, Ich Will, Links, Fire Hoy when Triple X was big. And there was and even by then, that's how I got introduced to Mutter. I mean, Mutter was so somber, so dark.
That song is so evil and dark
and beautiful.
The lyrics are so.
Yeah,
I love these lyrics.
I mean, it's weird that they stopped playing that song for almost 10 years. Remember that almost broke the band.
Yeah. Even when sometimes fans ask him to play Mutter, they just say,
"No,
please don't do it."
But on the last tour, they played it again, and I love that.
But Weihnachtsbrand is also fantastic. I mean, that whole Mutter album is...
I think in Mutter, in that album, it's between the title track and My Hands Brand. Those two songs, oh my god!
Basically the first 5 songs. Although I like what's that song? Zvita. I like Zvita.
Sveta. I
Even
love the
even my
entire.
father was getting into Rammstein, especially since afterwards he had bought the Sehnsucht, which had the
Yeah.
Du hast Engel and all that stuff, and then he got later exactly,
Yeah.
and also later we got the Rise Rise album. I mean,
Yeah.
say whatever you want about Rise Rise. I mean, I loved it.
I
One
mean,
of my favorite
my favorite-
Rammstein albums.
I mean, my favorite Rammstein record is probably Mutter, and runner-up
just
is,
as me.
is
Yeah, it's
Reise-
probably
is
Mutter.
Reise Reise.
Mine's probably Muta too.
Although most people will tell you either it's Sehnsucht or later the.
No.
Zengzug
No,
is
if you take all the songs together and look at them, Sehnsucht, of course, is a good record, but I think it's not as good as
No.
the two records that would be released afterwards.
Even the first one, it's
And
like.
I
the
also
first one,
really
yeah.
like. I also really like Rosenrot, but that's just personal preference.
Despite all the
Nope.
songs that we just mentioned, like I mean, Rosenrot, Benzin, Mein Mann, and of course the Te Quiero Puta and all that stuff. I mean,
I love Feuer und Wasser. I love that song, and
although I did like Liefat very much, I did like Liefat. I mean, the first song, I mean, is basically your introduction to Rammstein. Ramlied, I think they called it, but then we
Yeah,
go
Ramlied.
to, then they go to Buchstabu, Wiener
That's-
Blut.
Uh-huh.
Wiener Blut is good. Wiener Blut is a very
I
good
like
song.
Buchstabu. I mean, I like Buchstabu because I mean, I know that it sometimes appears like B and all the dot 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 dot.
Mhm.
I don't know what it means.
And it doesn't make any sense in German. It doesn't. This word doesn't exist.
But
There is no
the
word
rest,
like
but
that.
the rest, I mean,
Yeah.
Wiener Blut is awesome. I mean, Ich stude wir.
Okay. So what do you think? What do you think will be Rammstein's ballad?
He starts quoting Piaf. He starts quoting Edith Piaf. I mean, how? How can he quote Edith Piaf in Frühling in Paris and still sound amazing?
But I love that song so much. And my mom, sometimes when I come downstairs, she's singing it. I'm like, what?
I remember in
Because
2000.
like I said, it's because of those quotes by Piaf. I mean, oh no, je ne regrette rien.
In 2000, do you
Every
guys
French word soul knows that song.
you guys remember in 2009 when Rammstein released Pussy? We had to go to like an adult.
Oh,
You remember that?
I visit Xnet.
I only got to the video later, but I heard the song and I heard rumors about the video, but I got only into the
That's
video
probably the
later.
one
It was
Rammstein
so-
song I will never ever karaoke, especially when my parents there. No, I'll do it. I'll do anything. I'll do any other song besides
Then
Pussy.
take them to a Rammstein show when they're playing that, because you will see a large.
I know. I've seen that. I've seen it.
I mean, like I said, I saw Rammstein. Sorry.
Well, I felt it. You know, I was standing very close to the stage, and the foam was coming towards us.
The foam cannon. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that was that. I mean the foam cannon with the penis on it, and nobody cared.
Only
I
Rammstein.
mean, yeah, only Rammstein. They can do several things. One, they can get people to speak German, even though not understanding anything that they're saying.
Yeah.
And number two, you can get foam. You can get foamed by a penis
Yeah.
lookalike foam cannon, and nobody will judge you. Not only that, Flaka going over you on his rafter.
Oh yeah. Or high fish sometimes.
Although high fish, I mean, the video was so stupid. I mean, all the stunts that have gone wrong on the try to kill Teal and all that stuff. I mean, replacing him with James Hetfield? Why?
Oh.
I was laughing so hard when I saw that video.
I would soon, if that would happen, I would soon replace him by a guy who is half Teal's size. Udo Dirkschneider.
Udo Dirkschneider. Yeah. Remember,
I
it's Rammstein. It's Rammstein. Or Rammstein, whatever you want to call it.
For me, there's only Rammstein with these 6 guys and nobody else.
No.
Who have been together since the very beginning.
Yeah.
You can argue that they are one of those bands that have not changed their lineup
Not even
in
once.
forever.
Not even Rush. Even Rush had like just one lineup change. But that's it.
Or
Where you have
Rammstein
bands
never.
like, where you have bands like, we're talking about Accept. I mean,
Okay, Ghost, yeah.
but Ghost has more lineup changes than Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. He's changing band members like nowhere.
Yeah.
And saying
Because
that
he's an
they were
asshole.
in Catatonia, they were in Bloodbath, they were in this, they were in that. I mean,
Even Led
one
Zeppelin.
of the rumors that
Even Led
I
Zeppelin.
even once believed in the rumors that Mikael Ackerfeld from Opeth was actually one of the members. I actually believed in that rumor.
I thought Dave Grohl was one of the members too.
But I think that one was.
He produced it.
Yeah.
He was a producer.
They said, they said that Dave Grohl played like 1 or 2 shows with them, but that's it. And he produced the If You Have Ghost EP, but that's it.
If you have ghosts, you have everything. If you have ghosts.
But
Man.
Not anymore.
Too late.
But let's not jump overboard, because I mean every band can be allowed one slip up. At least I think of it.
Oh yeah.
I'm just very angry at.
Look
just very angry at Tobias, but.
Look at Metallica.
But Metallica had one slip too many. I grew up with and I'm a bit ashamed to say this, but my very first Metallica album, but it once again was one by my father, was Load. I thought that Metallica was that, but then I got to buy Ride the Lightning, my favorite album, Kill 'Em All, Monster, the Black Album, and all that stuff, and I thought, what is this shit called Loads?
No, mine was Master of Puppets, to be honest.
Well, mine was S&M.
Oh
But
S&M.
S&M, despite everything that it could be said, I mean, it's great. I mean, symphonic and a symphonic orchestra with Metallica. I mean, we argue sometimes
to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we still argue to this day. I mean, contributions of the symphonic metal bands like Epica, Within Temptation, although they're not anymore, Nightwish and all that stuff. I mean, how cool or how awesome it would be if they would play with an orchestra.
Who?
The symphonic metal bands. I mean, you can even argue. You can even put.
No.
I'll throw them on.
Imagine this.
Septic Flesh.
No.
Septic Flesh
Wait.
playing with a live orchestra behind them. Rotting Christ as well.
Maiden.
I mean,
Dimmu Borgir already did that.
I want to see you
Skullmold.
with Maiden. Imagine Maiden with an
Skullmold
orchestra.
from Iceland. They did that,
Yeah.
and it was awesome.
It's great. It's great.
If you haven't heard, Ricky, there's this band from Iceland called Skullmold.
Yeah.
Basically a bit of
Skylove.
Viking folk.
Yeah.
But they actually did a show in Iceland with an old orchestra and choir behind them. Man, it gives you chills. I mean, no, but that's a good topic of discussion. I mean, symphonics and metal.
I'm still waiting for Maiden to play Empire of the fucking Clouds. I want to see him play it.
It's 10 minutes. I mean,
18 minutes.
Oh,
I mean, they gotta do it with an orchestra. That song has to be with an orchestra.
I still want to see them play Alexander the Great, but they will never play.
They haven't played Alexander the Great since like.
See them play Alexander.
I think the last time they played Alexander was in the Dance of Death tour. Somewhere around there. No? Matter of Life and
They
Death.
never played it.
Not even when they released Somewhere in Time they played Alexander the Great.
I could have sworn.
Never.
Shit.
Nope.
I don't know why.
I mean that's a great song. They could at least added it on the Legacy of the Beast tour.
And I've seen the set list of their Legacy of the Beast tour. I mean, I was blown away that they are actually going to play 2 Bailey songs. Klansman, one of my favorites, and Sign of the Cross. Although here's the thing. I mean, Blaze Bailey gets a lot of shit undeservedly. I mean, he worked with what he could. I mean, it's not his fault. It's not entirely his fault that Virtual 11 and X Factor were bad albums. It's almost saying that Ripper Owens. It's entirely Ripper Owens' fault that Demolition and Jugulator work bad.
It's just bad timing. It was bad
Yeah,
timing. I mean, it was the 90s. We had grunge. It was grunge, new metal, alternative industrial, the rise of death metal.
And black as well.
And Norwegian, mostly the Norwegians. So it was.
And also, thrash metal was getting big on the third country of the Norselands.
Yeah,
I mean,
glam metal was going down.
No, not Finland. I mean, Gothenburg, the Gothenburg scene. I mean, At the Gates, In Flames.
Yeah.
Dark Tranquility.
I actually saw them live. I actually saw them live a few weeks ago. I was live here way in April. I mean, with Equilibrium, it was awesome. And Nicholas, all of a sudden, sings an entire song right there in the crowd, and I was going, "Oh, he's behind us." I mean, you go, "What?" And one of the things that it actually happened, and I did not know until after it happened, was Christopher Ammett from Arch Enemy and stuff. He actually was playing with Dark Tranquility, and I got this.
Oh shit! Nice.
Chris Ammett's pick. I mean,
That's cool.
and I do have here. Although I'm more of a drumstick collector because I'm a former drummer to a certain extent. I do have a modest pick collection.
I have so as well.
Yeah. Well, I just have one. I just have one.
Although I still say that the one that I'm really proud of is this one.
Ah. Freeze.
Glenn
Glenn Tipton.
And I also have this one, but this was because of a certain show that they played.
Holt awaits.
Gary Holt, Slayer.
Ah.
Damn.
This
This is the only one I have. That's the only one I have.
Yeah,
I just got it. I got it when I saw on April, and when I saw Shine. That's the only one I have till now.
Behemoth.
Oh.
With blood.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Wait, Virgin Blood?
I mean, when they started to spit out on the.
No, they spat blood all over us, and
I know, but
That's
was it Virgin's blood or was it animal blood?
We weren't that lucky.
artificial. But
We weren't that lucky.
yeah, I think it was artificial, but when I was at the Dark and Nocturne Slaughter Cult show a few weeks ago, they used the real shit, and it was disgusting.
Yeah, here's also something. Here's something that was actually quite funny. I mean, Carpathian Forest, Gojira.
Gojira.
Never got into Gojira, but this happened here in Portugal a few months ago.
Ghost.
Come on.
And
Is this a peak measuring contest?
is that who's that? Was that Omega?
That's an original Omega flag I caught.
Oh.
And I'm still very proud of that one.
Why don't you just frame him?
It's Ricky.
Nice Earth.
John Schaffer's pick.
Damn.
And one of the Batushka. Yeah.
Of course.
But this one is I actually find this funny because I traveled almost 800 kilometers to see this band, and in the end I got rewarded with this.
Something. It's something.
Septic Flesh. I mean, but stop with the big measuring contest. I mean,
I don't have that many.
I just have one.
I think you have more than I do.
Yeah, but I know a friend of mine who has over 150. I mean, he collects them like crazy.
Damn.
I'm very bad at catching, so I don't have that many.
I am not, but the worst part of I can say I had so many picks and drumsticks. I do have still a big drumstick collection here, including one that was given to me by Mark Thompson, King Diamond's drummer. But the one that got me away, and I'm still to this day so annoyed because of it, was when I watched Iron Maiden for the first time here in Portugal, and I waited 10 years for it. Nico McRae throws the drumstick. I got it. Then there was another guy who caught it as well. We were doing tug of war. I was a bit losing my strength. Then he had a friend who came to help him. I was losing my strength, but I was still holding on like crazy. Then all of a sudden, the son of a bee bites me on my hands.
What the fuck?
He actually got closer, and then he bit my hand. I had to let it go because I mean he bit my hand for it. I mean it was insane.
I mean, you would have done the same thing.
Oh come on, man! I would not have resorted to biting. I mean,
no, not the biting thing, but at least like get somebody to help you. Like, help me out.
No, that would be different. I mean, having someone to help me out. Okay, I even asked some friends of mine to help me out with some guitar picks, and if they have a couple of some extra, they would give me one. Man, that's different. I mean, but when you're tugging for a drumstick, and then the guy starts biting you, dude,
let go.
That's too much. Still to this day is one of those objects that I say, if it wasn't for that biter. I mean, it wasn't like Walking Dead type stuff, but it was still too much.
I never liked The Walking Dead, to be honest.
Me neither. I mean,
I read the comics, so but the show, not a big fan.
Tried to watch it, didn't like it.
I mean, I did like zombie films and zombie games and all that stuff. I mean, Resident Evil was one of my favorite games of all time. But I mean, the way that Hollywood is doing all of this zombie stuff. I mean, all the monsters. I mean, they already ruined vampires with Twilight. Vampires and werewolves. They are ruining zombies with the Resident Evil movies and
they haven't
Walking Dead.
They haven't ruined Frankenstein.
They will.
They will, yeah.
And they will ruin the creature from the Black Lagoon too.
The Mummy. Well, the Mummy you can say.
And they already ruined and they already ruined the Mummy. I mean,
Yeah.
I did enjoy I do like the Brendan Fraser movies. They're funny as heck, and I do consider Imhotep an actual villain. But this one with Tom Cruise was shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it.
I just saw it because Paint in Black was the theme song.
Oh. Huh?
I just saw it because Paint in Black was the theme song.
Men in Black.
By the Stones.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on. For that, for if I wanted to watch a movie or with a good song, I would watch Suicide Squad just for the soundtrack only.
Yeah. But Deadpool though. Yeah.
What's the line that I like the most? My way. Come on. Come on. There was something there. Way to do, Yukio. Come on.
But Juggernaut, holy shit, it's Juggernaut!
Yeah. I don't know if Anna's seen it already, Deadpool 2.
I've seen it. I mean, it was even better than the first one, and I didn't think that was possible.
And Domino, luck is her superpower, but then everything happened to her, and she was left unharmed.
Yeah.
Everyone else was killed, and then Domino was okay.
No, when they went to the prison, the kid stand up to the biggest guy, make him like. They went to prison.
Yeah, but I mean, I was thinking almost like a sort of a monster, or I wasn't thinking Thanos. I mean, forget Thanos, but I was thinking more monster type stuff. But then when it comes out, it's Juggernaut. I'll go, never saw that coming.
Me neither.
Me neither.
You know, I don't know why I thought it was gonna be Wolverine for a minute there.
Nah.
I don't know. I know. But for a
No.
minute there was like, nah, I doubt it.
I mean, if you saw the ending of Logan,
Yeah, I
which
know.
was the stupidest ending of them all, you have Deadpool slicing himself, giving blood to Wolverine. I mean, and Logan, say what you want to say, but Logan was dark as shit, and I loved it.
Yeah. Probably the dark. It's the first rated R. Well, not the first rated R comic book movie, but the
The
first
rated R was Deadpool.
X-Men rated R movie. And speaking of the
But then
X-Men,
again,
and speaking of the X-Men, Comcast might actually buy Fox, not Disney.
Who what?
Comcast, it's another company, and they want to buy Fox because remember Fox is still doing a deal with Disney. Fox wants to buy Comcast in cash, and Disney wants to buy them, but you know as the time goes by, the assets, and they're like,
Disney already too much of. I mean, Disney. All that I could say is Disney ruining childhood memories since 2010. They already got Marvel. They already got the Star Wars, and Star Wars is going to shit.
oh, Solo! Don't even get me started on Solo. Oh my god,
It was shit.
it was
I
shit.
hated it.
I did like Infinity War,
I mean,
except that ending.
the problem to me is I never got the hype for Infinity War. Maybe because for two reasons. One, I've always been more of a DC type guy than I was Marvel. Although I do respect them, and still to this day, my favorite superhero movies, if I want to call, are the Dark Knights. I mean, Batman Rises, Dark Knight Rises. I mean, come on, they managed to transform Bane from a dumb, muscular juggernaut to a cerebral one, to an intellectual one.
Mm-hmm.
That is already worth something. But
Even the Joker. I mean, come on, Heath Ledger's acting was the template of the Joker. I mean, even Jared Leto tried. It's gotta be hard for somebody to duplicate that.
even Jack Nicholson, who played the Joker for the first time, said Heath Ledger was miles behind, was miles ahead better than technically. But yeah, I mean, and Star Wars. I mean, if anyone would ask me, what would you like to watch? Like Force Awakens, Rogue One, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, and Solo, Solo, or the prequels. Give me the prequels anytime. I mean, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. Give me those instead.
And for years, they said the prequels were shit. Now look at the other sequels. Who's laughing now?
Yeah, I think that Hayden Christensen is laughing right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Still to this day, I still say to this day, I mean, you could have picked anyone to be Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker, and you chose Hayden Christensen. I mean, never liked Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. He felt like a spoiled brat.
Yeah. You can say that. No way.
But, I mean, now they are saying that they're going to do another story. Obi-Wan, a Star Wars story.
They better not fuck it up.
I could still say that there's one character that they could at least give a damn about it.
Wobba Fett.
Not many Star Wars fans know about it.
Wobba Fett.
Mara, sorry.
Wobba Fett.
Wobba Fett, that's an idea, but I would prefer Mara Jade, the mother of Luke's children. She's just the mother of Luke's children. I mean, if you don't know, like I said, check some of the Star Wars stuff. I mean, you have there Mara Jade, the mother of Luke Skywalker's children.
Around.
And she started out, as far as I know, she was a bounty hunter for the embers of the Empire before it became like before it became the Order. Before it became the Order, but she actually had a change of heart. She fell in love with Luke, and she was the mother of Luke's children. Some would say that one of his children is Rey.
I know that's what I'm thinking, or it's Obi-Wan's daughter. We still don't know.
I don't know if Obi-Wan got together all those years in Tatooine, but
I mean, what? I mean, we could have.
What if?
I don't know. You never know.
But it's more no. But
or what
like
if?
I said,
Or what if?
Characters.
What if Rey? What if Rey is Han Solo's daughter too?
They said that they had a son and a daughter. We already know who the son is.
Well, it's Kylo Ren.
Kyle. And I mean, I love Andy. I like Andy Serkis very much. Gollum was genius, and all the voice characters of Andy Serkis are just the best. But him as Snoke saying Kylo Ren will be as better as Darth Vader ever was. I saw that in the movie. I was going,
no.
You blasphemic heretic.
No, that's not gonna happen. You had the greatest Jedi and the greatest Sith in one. Never duplicated.
And not only that, I mean, who many people. The big debate is who is the best character in Star Wars. Still, the debate goes on between Han Solo and Darth Vader. So
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, I guess. I mean,
although Solo is usually in that discussion.
But what, in the original series or the prequels? Okay, let's go. Let's go with the prequels. Best character in the prequels? Yoda, to me.
If Yoda, yeah, but my best, Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, Qui-Gon Jinn, despite that whole midi-chlorians type stuff, and I mean, there was no, I mean, Liam Neeson, there was no better actor to play Obi-Wan's master. I mean, I love Qui-Gon Jinn.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Anna?
Yeah.
I am just a sucker for Darth Vader. I don't care about
Did
that.
you see the prequels?
The
Did you
prequels.
see the prequels? The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and all that stuff? Maybe not.
I can't really differentiate those.
It's
Well,
basically
I mean-
all the movies with Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
But isn't Anakin Skywalker in those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I always say he's Darth Vader.
No, but
I'm not-
Okay.
I mean,
fair enough.
I have seen most of the Star Wars, but I'm not that big of a fan, to be honest.
Neither am I, but I know
that's
this
okay,
shit.
That's okay. I mean, that's okay. I mean, although I always enjoyed sci-fi, I'm not a full-on Star Wars fan, and I do like, and I do not mix with Star Wars fans because I do like Star Trek too.
Oh.
so-
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
But I grew up with
But-
Star Trek. I mean,
Yeah.
Picard, Spock,
Yeah. Spock.
Kirk. Come on.
Original.
Yeah,
Wait.
it was more.
Original series or which Star Trek?
I grew up with both. I mean, I grew up with Leonard Nimoy
Yeah.
and William Shatner and all that stuff, but I did enjoy the Next Generation. I mean, Picard, Patrick Stewart. I like I said, I have a soft spot also for Star Trek, but yeah, I would always put Star Wars above Star Trek any time of the week.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, man.
And here's one of the things. I don't know if anyone has watched the Godfather movies. I mean,
I love The Godfather. I love it to
Rambo.
death. I love it to death.
I still hear to this day a rumor in Hollywood, which I hope to gods above and to Lemmy that they'll never do.
Oh, don't tell me.
Remake
Yeah.
of the Godfather movies.
No. Please
Please,
don't.
no.
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 It's perfect as it is. I mean,
No.
probably The Godfather. I mean, The Godfather saga is probably the best saga of all time. I mean, it in total has won probably like 20 Grammy Awards. Even the first one won like.
And also, how many? Okay, besides the Star Wars quotes, how many? Which other movie would you remember so much their quotes?
The
The
Godfather.
Godfather. I mean,
I'll
it's
give
not
you.
personal. It's just business.
I'll give you an offer you can't
Well,
refuse.
It's such disrespect. Come on.
Sip with the
Everyone
fishes.
remembers the Godfather movies.
But people don't like them because they're too long. But that's the whole thing. It tells a story little by little.
Gone with the Wind.
I mean, look at Lord of the
Soul's
Rings.
Gone with the Wind.
They're fucking long.
My favorite, one of my favorite sagas of all time. Now, if you happen to see the original three, I mean, the Fellowship,
Yeah.
the Fellowship, the Two Towers,
Towers
and
and
also the
Return of the King.
Return of the
Return
King.
of the King. Best character in the Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf. To me, it has to be Gandalf.
I can concede Gandalf, but I always had a soft spot for the biggest tank in the film, Gimli. I mean, who doesn't love a guy who fights, eats, drinks, and fights again? Come on!
That's metal for you.
Huh? Come on. He's basically what Vikings are, only half foot tall. I wouldn't say half foot tall, but 4 feet tall.
But yeah.
But
But I hope they don't make the remake for Godfather. And if they do, which I hope they don't, they gotta put Al Pacino as the Godfather.
They cannot.
I know.
They cannot. Because Pacino's character in the Godfather 3 dies.
I know, but
So he's not the Godfather.
or at least
But
some, or at
according
least
to
a
the-
cameo, at
to
least
the
a
books,
cameo or
to the
something.
Mario Puzo. No, but according to the books, to the Mario Puzo books,
Yeah.
the one who becomes the Godfather after Pacino is Andy Garcia.
Really?
Because his son is illegitimate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Andy Garcia, this character, is the one that runs the
The family business.
family.
Isn't it
But,
that also on part 3 when so one of Sonny's sons becomes the Godfather? Doesn't it become
Yeah.
Santino? That was his name? Become Santino? Or something around there?
But that's Sonny.
I know. No, I know. The son.
James Caan's character. But it wasn't the first one. It wasn't the first one. I mean, you have first Vito, Marlon Brando. Then you have Sonny.
And then Michael.
Then it becomes Michael. And after Michael's death, it becomes Andy Garcia's.
Yeah.
Although, but no, I mean, besides The Godfather, I mean, I love Scarface. Say hello to my little friends and all that stuff. I mean,
But Scarface
like
is cause Scarface is not as big as The Godfather. I mean, it gave out Al Pacino his big break. And it solidified Marlon Brando is one of the best actors of all time, if not the best.
although comparison can be made to a lot of the British artists, that's one of the things that current American actors don't have. They need to have that at least a little bit of that Shakespearean type of acting. I mean, how come most of the British actors? I mean, Ian McKellen, Sean Connery, not Tom Hardy, not that stuff, but I mean, Ian McKellen, Judi Dench, Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, how could I forgot Hannibal Lecter? I mean, but it's
I enjoyed his liver.
But it's because of that. I mean,
Hello there,
they need
Clarice.
to have that Shakespearean learning, and that's something that a lot of these actors don't have. I mean, let's there are some of the people there are beautiful. I can relate to that. I mean, Megan Fox, Scarlett Johansson, but they cannot act for shit.
Yeah.
Especially Megan Fox. I mean, how did she get her role in the Transformers?
Because I think she was dating Sean Penn. No. But I think Sean Penn or Michael J. Fox, somewhere around there.
Megan Fox?
Yeah. I don't know. It was years ago.
I'm not going to say anything because, like I said, I mean.
Have you seen the trailer, the new Bumblebee trailer?
What?
The Bumblebee trailer. Did you see it? How about the new Halloween trailer?
Like I said, I did see the Transformers, but I had my share. I mean, it's already becoming too much. Even some of these so-called remakes that are doing. I mean, RoboCop was for shit.
Never like
RoboCop was shit. Mad Max, I love the original Mad Maxes, and I like these ones as well. What was it? Judge Dredd with Carl Urban. It was such a. I mean, I saw the original one with Stallone. Always say, "I am the law," but this one with Carl Urban with a more darker
I really like
setting.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it went from cartoon to grim, and I loved it.
How about the new It
Me too.
the new It movie? I mean, it was okay. Nothing beats the original.
It. I mean, I mean, horror movies. I mean, I still like my Nightmare on Elm Street. I still like my Hellraiser, the original hits, the original Annabelle.
Yeah.
But come on, how can a lot of people get scared with horror movies when the reality is grim as it was? It is as bad as any horror movie today. And
Yeah.
don't tell me that people get scared with Saw and all that stuff.
Ah, no.
Saw is gore.
Gore.
Not
Yeah,
horror.
that's pure gore.
I hate so.
Basically, every time that I watch Saw, I picture in my head Cannibal Corpse music playing on the back. On the back. Hey, it's a good soundtrack,
Oh yeah.
and everything that they say on those songs,
Yeah.
they actually do on the movie.
Even
I mean,
I think
Hammer Smack Face, Picture That Burn.
X Japan had a song on Saw 4. I think it was called IV.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, horror movies today, with the amount of horror that we get from.
Have you seen
reality.
Suspiria?
No, not yet. I don't think it has debuted here in Portuguese yet, but
They're gonna make a
I'm
remake.
mistaken. I haven't gone to the movie again.
Just-
Again.
Just watch the original. It's much better.
No, but what Universal or whatever they tried to do with the Dark Universe, they started off bombed down because come on, the Mummy was awful. Now you're going to get possibly Dracula, possibly Frankenstein or how the Saxon speaking the Frankenstein monster.
No, Frankenstein.
It's,
I don't know who said the
it's
Frankenstein.
it's Frankenstein.
Like I said.
Frankenstein
They're
monster.
going to do. No, but it's Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
We know that, but they are going to repick all of those monsters. I mean, to me, in terms of the, how could you say, the vampires. I mean, the last great or good vampire movie that I saw was Van Helsing.
Yeah, Van Helsing. That was in the middle of Twilight. I remember when the whole
Yeah, but still, that Dracula, the guy that played Dracula there, although he had the cliched Romanian accent and all that stuff, but come on, he was more Dracula or more of a vampire than Edward ever was. At least.
yeah.
He
I
wasn't
mean,
glittering.
I mean that. I mean, Van Helsing's Dracula is good, but nothing will beat what's the original Dracula movie? No, not
Boris
the.
Karloff.
No. Well, yeah, the other one, the one that came out in the 90s.
Bela Lugosi.
The one based on the book.
I know. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
There you go. That one to this day is
Yeah,
probably.
I know. With always him saying, "Do not fear me." I mean, him with his brides and all that stuff. I mean, I know, but you check out how many actors have played Dracula. I mean, some of them horror movie icons. I mean, Christopher Lee, Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff. That's a who's who.
Yeah. Even Dracula 2000. That was okay. Remember that
I
movie?
mean, even Blade was better.
Okay.
Huh?
Even Blade. I mean, it was directed by Guillermo del Toro. I mean, come on. He's one of the best, in my mind, one of the best Spanish directors.
Guillermo del Toro.
Have you seen the Shape of Water?
Yes,
No,
I have.
not yet.
Yes, I have.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Have you seen The Orphanage?
And grim, and it's beautiful and grim at the same time. I almost picture it like a Tim Burton movie. I mean, first sight, it feels like it's a movie for everyone, but it has a strong appeal to it. I mean, it has more adult themes than many people would believe. I mean, look at Tim Burton's filmography. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas,
Edward
The Strange World of
Scissorhands.
Jack, The
There-
Strange World of Jack Skellington, The Corpse Bride.
Beetlejuice.
What? Sweeney Todd was grim as hell.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, I even saw the Red Hill. I even saw another of his, which was the Curse of the Red Hill. I don't know how it's called, but I mean, even Hellboy. Come on, Hellboy was directed by Del Toro, and it still was better than many superhero movies out there.
You know they're making a remake.
Here we go again.
Yeah, they announced.
Remake.
Yeah,
Yeah, come on.
they announced it.
Ray Whitstone as Hellboy, witty and cigar smoking type guy that he is. I think they matched on the Hellboy just fine. I mean, with Ray Whitstone.
Even.
I mean, but like I said, that's a bit the downfall of Hollywood. I mean, either they're making revisionist type history, because here's one thing, and I do say that I like history, whether it's my own here in Portugal or world history. I mean, they already complained about a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance, which they said that they had no color people. It was all white. But to be a game in 15th century Czechoslovakia, what is today known as the Czech Republic. I mean, 15th century Europe, the only colored people that existed were the Moorish. Were the Moorish or the North African ones, and they were mostly slaves. And now also they're doing their 20th Joan of Arc movie, and they're going to put a black woman playing Joan of Arc. Why?
It doesn't make
What?
Doesn't make sense.
sense.
I mean, not to be like do this like you know, disrespect or anything, but no.
Yes, sir. But come on, I mean, if they, I mean, that game, Kingdom Come Deliverance, was possibly the more accurate description of middle age, of at least medieval time, turning Renaissance age of the of 15th century Europe. Not so much Portugal, but more on the Prussian side, on the Czechoslovakian type side. But come on, that's too much revisionist history. I mean, next time what they're going to do, put Julius Caesar, who was as far as we know all white. They're going to put what, Chinese? But come on, I mean,
I would say it should be a Mexican.
Yeah, baby.
no, better yet, a Mexican.
A what?
Hasta la vista, baby.
Says Bruce's.
No, but I mean, next time what they're going to do, I mean, here in Portugal we had arguably one of the worst kings in history, who was from Spain, Philip II. Do a movie about him, but put him like Javier Bardem or any Mexican author playing the Spanish king, and knowing some of the hatred that Mexican people have towards mainland Spain. It's not easy.
Yeah. It's not
I mean, a French guy could play Hitler or something like that.
Oof.
Oof.
No, a Jew guy play it.
Oh, well.
That would be even worse.
That would be fucked up.
Although not that far from the truth. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, not far
it
from the
is
truth.
said that Hitler
Was Jew.
was on his mother's side Jew.
I mean, he is
said.
Jew. I mean, who knows?
But let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about it. I mean, talking about politics and all that stuff, it's ridiculous.
That's
Especially since
yeah.
I won't say your president, but
Yeah.
Orange Goblin known as
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah.
He's going to inflate exports, and to counteract, Chancellor Merkel, who for us here in Portugal we say she's the one that runs over the European Union, and it's not that far away from the truth. She is going to rise the prices of mostly American products, including one thing: bourbon. Why? Why rise the prices on bourbon? Come on. I want my Jack Daniels.
I luckily don't drink that.
I'll have a Lemmy, please. Nah, man. I mean, it's fucked up when he got president. When he announced it, I was like, nah, he's probably gonna be like gone, like in 3 months.
Yeah, then WTF.
I didn't even vote for the.
He's like,
I didn't vote for the guy. I didn't vote for him. I voted for Hillary. I would rather have Hillary.
I don't know if she would be worse, but
But would you rather have somebody experienced or without experience? Trump has no experience. He just has business experience.
But I mean, and this is the only politics that we're going to talk. I
know.
cringe every time that I talk about politics.
I know.
I mean, the left is so overpowering in most European countries and in America. Do you need the figurehead running everything? And I'll say one thing, and no, I won't say it because it's going to be seen this. But
Let's change it. Let's change the subject.
Yeah. Because I was about to say something controversial, and if they would got on the internet, I would be crucified as heck.
Yeah. You mentioned.
Well, what is your favorite orange? Sorry. What is your favorite Orange Goblin record?
Now she got me there. I don't listen to much Orange Goblin. Now she got me.
I was just for a smooth transition.
You mentioned You mentioned that they were gonna make a Lords of Chaos movie the other day.
Yeah. It's going to be directed by
Johannes.
one of Hannah's posters there.
Jonas Ackerlund, aka Lensberger, McBurger.
The original. Yeah, he had the worst. I don't know who gave him this name.
I think it was
Quarth.
I think it was Corson. I know Corson got his name from one of Satan's fingers because Razor Fist said it.
So did he do it for Kothar and Wolfritz, or the other two that would be on the supposedly on the what's it called, Bloodfire Death sessions and beyond. Before he became truly a one man project.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jonas Ackerlund is going to direct the movie version of Lords of Chaos, but it is a movie
without mayhem music.
Yeah, but it has been said since, but from what I heard, I won't say every, but most of the black metal artists, including Fenris, Varg, Necrobutcher, the more well-known, they were always against Lords of Chaos as being the so-called black metal
Bible.
To a certain extent. But now they're even against the movie because having nobody or indie type actors playing them, Varg, Necro, Dead, even they're going to play Dead. So
what? How they're gonna start the movie with Dead shooting himself? I'm pretty sure they're gonna go that way.
They're probably going to make a scene with it, and then the actor that either plays.
Look, here's how I think the movie's gonna end. I'm just.
Let's make necklaces out of the skull.
I'm just here thinking they're gonna end the movie before Varg and Euronymous hit it off. Before Before Varg kills Euronymous.
After. They have to finish it after.
I know.
Because that whole thing between Euronymous and Varg was
I mean,
such parts.
I mean, are they gonna mention when they talked about cornflakes? Huh?
Maybe if they record parts on the Helvet storm.
You know what would be awesome? At the end of the movie, they put Necro Butcher's interview with Sam.
If people don't recognize
Fuck you!
look back.
or Mayhem. Whoa.
Him being with the blasphemer in Wacken and say Germany sucks for us. I mean, come on.
They will
Don't
get.
they have an album that was recorded in Germany? One of the live albums?
Live in Leipzig.
Yeah.
Live in Leipzig, so
Yeah.
that's sad.
And that Necro Butcher. Yeah.
Yeah, but they got together. But
They patched
him
things
and
up.
son kissed and make up. So
Yeah, they patched things up.
there it
is.
The Live in Leipzig album.
There's a weird reflection, but
Yeah,
I
we see it.
But I see it. And it's the vinyl. It's not the CD version
CD.
where they only have like Dead and the candlestick on the back.
no, this is the vinyl.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean, how can they? And also, I mean, putting indie music instead of the black metal songs that most of us are used to. But come on,
Why not? Why not?
They
Wait.
have to arrange something
I mean,
for the
here's
Seattle Bowl.
here's the thing. Why couldn't they just start at the beginning with Venom and then go? Wouldn't that be different?
I would not disagree if they would make a documentary about Venom. But it would be difficult because Kronos, Memphis, and Abaddon, they're still at war with each other
Yeah.
because of the rights of the Venom stuff and such. So it would be difficult.
I mean,
That's why you do that's why you have the Venom Inc., which is basically
yeah.
Abaddon and Manthus,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the original Venom, which is just Kronos. Although I would not mind to see a Venom documentary, but it's difficult.
Yeah. I mean,
It's very difficult.
look at the Celtic Frogs documentary, and that was hard.
But then they still got the original too. I
And
don't remember if they interviewed Eric. Not Eric, Reed St. Clair.
I think they
But
did.
they did interview with Tom,
Mm-hmm.
with Tom G. Warrior, and with Martin.
Yeah. Or, let's see. I wouldn't mind if they did Merciful Fate.
Ooh, Merciful Fate.
Or Sarcophago.
No.
Sarcophago.
Or better yet, let's piss off the real or the true, so to say, black metal fans and do a documentary, a so-called documentary movie about Bathory. Nah. I would not. I would say no. No. Bathory movie. Want to make an Elizabeth Bathory movie? That's okay.
They've done it.
A Bathory band movie?
Oh, not Bathory. No.
Or, I don't know, Burzum. Or, I guess... yeah. Yes.
That would be so controversial. I mean, Varg would shoot you straight away.
Did you see Varg just narrating everything? No, Dark Throne.
Like Morgan Freeman does.
Or, no, Immortal.
Woo!
Immortal.
being the clown as he always was.
Immortal. Or Emperor.
That would be a fun one.
Emperor
No.
or enslaved.
But
Okay, what will be the ultimate black metal documentary?
Dark Throne.
Dark Throne?
A Dark Throne movie. Fenris and Nocturnal always discussing with each other. No, but you were asking, Rick?
What will be the ultimate black metal documentary? In your mind. If you were the director of a black metal documentary, what would you make it of? Would you start at the beginning? Or go to the Norwegian side?
I would start with the beginning. I would start with Venom, Bathory, maybe a bit of Sarcophago from Brazil. They don't get enough recognition for being one of the pioneers in the black metal movement. And then I would go on with a bit of Mayhem, Emperor, but I would try also to give a bit of a notice to black metal bands from all over the world. I mean,
Rotting
there's
Christ.
some great black metal coming out of, although you can discuss that they're Black Death or whatever, Rotting Christ, Septic Flesh. One would argue that they're either Black Death or Symphonic Death Metal or whatever. It's still great what's coming out.
How about hear me out.
Negaroth from Colombia. I mean, they're great. But like I said, I would do a movie starting originally from the Venom Bathory years. Then I would move on.
Blasphemy.
Then I would still cover a little bit of Cradle and Dimmel. Because no matter how much shit they get to this day, I mean, we know why they did it, but come on, they're still integral to the black metal scene, no matter how much they want to erase it.
How about this? A Moonspell documentary.
What?
Moonspell.
Already done.
Ah.
Already done. I'll show you.
Right. You, Hannah? What will be your documentary?
Well, I would probably start off like Arthur with the beginnings, Venom, Bathory, Merciful Fate, and Sarcophago, and then move on to the second wave. But what I would really like to see is kind of a distinction between the different kind of black metal styles that are going on right now. I'm personally very interested in the Eastern European black metal scene. Bands like
Nocturnal Mortum, Vreit, Drudke, and all those bands. Yeah, I forgot about the
Call of Fire, Batushka, Migwa, Behemoth.
Rotting Christ.
If you are,
like I said, the stuff coming out from other countries, as I said.
Yeah,
I would give
the Russian scene. The American scene with Agalok and Apsu,
it's called documentary. Lusitanian Metal. It has here interviews with. It actually has your first full-on show that it did in the Katowice in Poland, and they also have interviews made with all the members, and also some of their early shows as well. It shows even the first time that they played when they were here with Cradle. Almost 25 years ago.
I think I would have done also that, but at like the in Mexico, because there's a lot of black metal in Mexico. Like a lot.
I mean, I don't know if they're Mexican, but I know that Nagaroth from I think they're from Colombia. Nagaroth,
they're Colombian.
They're one of the best that I know.
Isn't there also a Nagaroth from Germany?
I only know the Nagaroth from Colombia.
Yeah, me too. It's the one I know.
Maybe
but there's also a German band with the same name.
Like I said, I may be mistaken.
Black metal is Krieg. Black metal is Krieg. That's all they're singing. Black metal is Krieg. Black metal is Krieg. Black metal is Krieg. And it goes on and on
Goes
and
on
on.
and on and on.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
I would still prefer to listen to a Nagaroth song, especially since they have covered classics like Freezing Moon from Mayhem. So I would still hear the
But
Colombians.
the Nagaroth, I know they have a song, The Day When Burzum Killed Mayhem, and it's like a tribute to both of them. And
I think we're talking about the same thing.
Someone
So-
go,
but
some,
they're from
someone
Germany.
go,
They're
Google
from
this
Germany.
shit. Someone Google this shit, because
But like I said-
we're gonna be here all day.
I might get this thing. But yeah, I mean, that would be a great movie. I mean, even if we had to do like part 1, part 2, like some of Sam Dunn's documentaries. I mean, we could do part 1, part 2. I mean, Origins, the Apex, then the downfall, and what's happening all over the world with a lot of the scenes. I mean,
Mhm.
even here in Portugal, like I said, black metal may not be the most well-known genre, but you still have here a lot of bands, and one of them was that one that I told you about, the Corpus Christi band.
Yeah, no, I'm still shocked that there's actually a band called Corpus Christi. I'm like,
But yeah, I mean, that would be a good black metal movie. Although, as you were saying, Ricky, during a Moonspell documentary, there have already been tons of them done. What I would not mind doing would be a Portuguese metal, would be a Portuguese rock and metal from the early 80s
yeah,
all the way through to now. I mean, there are so many bands here coming out from Portugal that it's a bit like Brazil. I mean, if you go to Brazil and you are a metalhead, they'll automatically say Sepultura
or Sarcophago.
or Soulfly. Although Soulfly are more American than Brazilian. If you come here to Portugal as a metal fan, they'll automatically say Moonspell. And there's so much more. There are so many more old school rock, even metal bands as well. Even that some of us here in Portugal, getting some of those albums is almost like finding gold. Some of these albums, like let me see, Kingdom of Lusitania by Tarantula, the original Under the Moonspell EP, and many others, it's rare to find.
Mm-hmm. Must be hard. What I'm really excited is the Death documentary.
Chuck Schuldiner?
Yeah, they're making a Death documentary.
Yeah, and I've heard about this documentary with all these guys coming in for Inferno in Norway, called Black Hearts, and I don't know if it's done already or it is not, but I really wanted to see that documentary because, like I said, it's all of these guys that play black metal in many other places. From what I saw, it was a South American band, one from Iran, and the other from Greece. And they all go to Inferno to play. Now, I don't know if they have done the documentary or they're still doing. That's still my question.
There's one
But I really...
There's one.
There was a trailer. There was a trailer, but I don't think they've released it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one documentary I'm still having a hard time to find is Satan Lives. The one that Sam did.
How the Satanism culture got so much
Yeah.
Anthem LaFay?
Yeah. I just know that he said that it's only on Canada till now. The documentary.
Damn.
I've been trying
Go
to
Canadian.
I've been trying to find that documentary for years.
Go Canadian.
Yeah. Oh,
Just kidding, just kidding.
Canada.
Yeah. Nah, but, yeah, I mean, but finding some of those documentaries, I mean,
It's crazy.
but like I said, that black metal one would be great. I mean, the Origins, the Apex, the Downfall, and what spawned afterwards.
I mean, it would be. I mean, it would be like Metal Evolution only with a focus
more
on black
specifically
metal.
black metal.
I mean,
And I know of a black metal, band that has been talked on Lockhorns only once in the symphonic black metal chart. They are from Italy, and they were quite good. I mean, Opera 9
Opera
from
9.
Italy, they are awesome. And one argues that, yeah, symphonic black metal may have started with Emperor, but Opera 9 kind of perfected. And then it came the rest. Cradle, Demo. Although, I don't know if I would put Celtic Frost there, although they were not as prolific.
They just made one, in a way, symphonic black metal album to make a Therion. In a way.
Yeah. Which is still their icon.
Yeah, it's still probably next to Morbid Tales.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just imagining if when we did the Judas Priest one, imagine when we do Maiden. How I think that's gonna be. Or when we do,
Yeah.
or when we do, I don't know, thrash metal.
Metallica.
Yeah, I wasn't saying
Metallica.
Slayer.
Although thrash, although in the thrash metal album, probably I would put like I would put 4 of the Teutonic of the American thrash. I mean, just jumping out of my head, Master, Rust in Peace, Rain in Blood, and
Among the Living.
Among the Living. Yeah. As for the other 4, which is basically the Teutonic 4, Pleasure to Kill, the Mad Butcher, Agent Orange, and any beer-related album by Tankard.
Let's just go with the first one. And that would lift 2 more, so I think Bonded by Blood will be a big one. And
probably just because Sam and the rest of those guys are mostly Testament fans, The Legacy.
Yeah, probably. Or when we do the gospel.
No. Neither one of them. Darkness Descends by Dark Angel.
God, you're killing me here.
Hey, we said top 10.
Yeah, no.
I would put Darkness Descends on that stuff.
Or imagine if it just
or
says
even
top 5. Imagine that would be even worse.
But still, I mean, you have the Teutonic 4 and Testaments, possibly,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the Teutonic 4, the American Big 4, which I will dare say it to this day that currently the Teutonic 4 are doing much better albums than the Americans.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. I don't deny it.
I mean, any of these more recent releases, Training Day, Girl Named Cerveza, Under Attack, and Gods of Violence, or even Phantom Antichrist,
Mm-hmm.
to me they have been better than Repentlessness, dare I say, Death, the Wired to Sub, the Megadeth albums, or even the late Anthrax.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, this is highly debatable, and Europeans, although we may have our differences, but we tend to stick pretty much with our music. I mean, and especially talking about thrash metal, nothing better than from the country of Hannah Klein herself.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to us,
You would say the same thing, Hannah.
Hannah's the most lucky. I mean,
Yeah.
she's got vodka. That takes it all.
She has. I know. I would say
Um,
Graspop, and Graspop is in Belgium.
Scorpions. They have the
Yeah, but I
Scorpions.
live close to the Belgian
Ah, okay.
border. Well, it's not that far to the border. It's like 1 hour, 20 minutes with the car, and you're at the border.
Ah,
Oh. So,
And
Hannah,
the good
Hannah,
thing about Europe, no border control.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
You can just cross it with your car, and nobody will stop you. Like when you go to Mexico or to Canada.
Or even state to state.
oh no, state to state,
Yeah.
no. Not even state to state. Well, if you go really fast, yeah. So, Hannah, your opinion, what do you think is the biggest German band to come out of Germany?
Scorpions. Scorpions.
Yeah.
Scorpions followed by Rammstein.
I'll have a top 3 about it. Scorpions, then Accept, then Rammstein.
Aren't Halloween German?
Yeah, they are.
Halloween are German.
Yeah, there you
Blind
go.
Guardian are German too. I mean, even what you would consider, I mean, Euro power metal. Okay, it started in England with Ronnie James Dio,
Dio.
but it was Germany that perfected it with Halloween,
I mean,
Blind Guardian,
Gamma Ray. Gamma Ray.
which is basically Halloween's side project
Yeah.
to a certain extent. Ed Guy,
But it's
although
but it
most
still
people
has
consider-
Kai Hansen.
Yeah. Ed Guy, who most people would consider like a joke band, but they're
What? I hate that guy, and every year at Wacken he gets 2 hours of playtime, prime time playtime during night, and I fucking hate it. Every year, either Ed Guy
Right.
or Avantasia, and every year I hate this guy.
although I do like Avantasia.
Yeah, I like Avantasia too.
I think Tobias Samad is just a dick.
Yeah, there
Or-
are dicks in there.
Or as we're saying in Spanish, Avantasia.
Yeah. Although, like I said, I do like Avantasia. I mean, that whole rock
Everything-
opera stuff.
Well, every time they play at Wacken, I just disappear somewhere into the party tents and watch some black metal bands or something like that. I do this every year. And
Nah, but come on, they may be
I mean-
friends.
I mean,
they may
I've-
be friends with
I've
the
seen
organizer.
Vindir. I've seen Vindir, and it was so much better than Avantasia.
Oh yeah.
Although one of the days of Hellfest, one of the best bands, it was actually on the first day, and it was before Rammstein. Dropkick Murphys. I love Dropkick Murphys. It was party
Yep.
every time.
Dropkick Murphys are great.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them live, but I like the music.
I saw them at Hellfest in 2016. Before Rammstein, it was main stage 2, Dropkick Murphys. Then it was Rammstein. I mean, I was a bit farther away, but I was rocking like crazy. I mean, I knew most of the songs, and the only thing missing was a mug and started drinking.
But what, in your opinion, are like the 3 best live bands you've ever seen?
Ooh.
Oof, that's a tough one. Rammstein is for sure. Rammstein is on that top 3 for sure. 3 best live bands. Rammstein is one of them for sure. King Diamond Live is awesome with all that theater surrounding it. And AC/DC Live, they do not disappoint.
I love ACDC. You have no idea how much I love them.
And for you, Ricky,
Manson for sure. Journey
That's it.
and probably Shinedown. Probably
Yeah, but probably you haven't seen
Till now.
so much of the stuff.
I know. And you never guess what I got.
but-
Ministry.
We won't hold that against you. so
Ministry
don't worry.
just announced
no,
a tour, and they're coming to San Antonio.
you have to see them.
I know.
You have to see
I
them.
have to see them. Probably when I get paid in like in 2 weeks. So
Although, and actually next month we're going to have probably one of the biggest shows that Portugal has ever seen. Kiss. Probably the first time in Portugal since forever. And although they say all the time that Kiss is an awesome live band and such with all the fireworks and so, but I never got into Kiss.
why?
Because I mean, I do love the face paint. I do love the show that they put on, but I never got into their songs. I like a song here and there, but I just don't know. I just never got into Kiss.
Same here, same here.
Oh boy.
Oh, Kiss here is big.
Buns I generally dislike.
Kiss right here is big. Well, not as big as it used to be.
What?
Kiss are big here because it's Kiss. I mean, have you seen Eddie Trunk's his top 20 songs?
Oh,
Up Kiss. Guess what? He put us number one.
Love
rock
Gun?
and roll every day.
Detroit Rock City.
Rock and roll every day and rock and roll all night and party every day.
He put Detroit.
Possibly that.
But yeah, the American
Because
bands.
everyone knows that song.
I even admit it. American bands don't stand a chance against European bands. There are some, but mostly Europe is the king.
I mean, that depends on the genres.
Oh yeah, I mean,
thrash metal. I would seriously put American and Europe on a more or less equal level. Although I still give a slight edge to European, but
yeah.
Power metal, like I said, that depends on the genres. But power metal, there has been a lot of great power metal coming out of Europe.
Yeah.
And from the United States as well. I mean, just look at Sabotage, Iced Earth, and many others.
Mm-hmm.
I would put them on an even playing field, more or less, but there are certain genres that Europe has a distinct advantage over it. I mean, black metal.
Black metal, yeah.
And others that possibly America has an advantage of. I mean, we've got black metal. You have death metal.
Well, yeah, we have death metal. We have well, I guess we have new metal. I guess we can keep that.
Eh.
Yeah, I know.
That,
I know.
You can throw them off a
not stoner metal. Well, maybe, I don't know.
But doom metal.
But yeah,
Doom metal is still pretty much European.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
melodic death metal is also very European.
Swedish especially.
Swedish, yeah.
Yep.
Although German too. I mean, Arch Enemy, arguably one of the biggest mellow death bands in the world, is from Germany. I mean, the Amet brothers, Angela Gosso, originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had grunge.
Europe also underwent through a grunge period as well.
Yeah, but America kind of had this groove metal,
Yeah.
new American wave of heavy
Yeah.
metal.
Well, glam.
We had glam,
A lot
yeah.
of people say that glam was mostly European, but it was mostly American. But
Yeah.
it started in Europe.
Yeah.
When the Nwamba movement, the new wave of British heavy metal, was dying down, glam took over, and then, arguably, one of the biggest glam metal bands in the world, Def Leppard. They're British. They came to America, and arguably, along with Van Halen, they made
Yeah.
glam metal.
Yeah, they're basically the forefathers of glam metal that give birth to Motley Crue, to Rat, to
And Alan
Cinderella.
himself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, there are some genres where Europe has a slight advantage.
Symphonic metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although symphonic metal, yeah, it's mostly European. I mean, from
Mostly
the
European.
Netherlands, Belgium, from the I was saying
Finland.
Benelux area,
Grindcore.
from the Benelux. What?
Even grindcore.
Yeah, the British grindcore scene. I mean,
Yeah.
Napalm Death, Carcass,
Carcass. Repulsion.
Terrorizer.
Terrorizer.
And I forgot one thing. I mean, yeah, it may have started out in America death metal, but arguably one of the biggest death metal bands. They came from Europe. Bolt Thrower. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for
Yeah,
for
no.
Bolt Thrower, but I just feel sad that a lot of people they talk about Cannibal Corpse, Obituary, Death, the Florida death metal scene, but they don't talk as much about Bolt Thrower.
Oh yeah, I know. I know you were pissed when they almost didn't make the death metal chart.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
I mean,
no, and even top 10 death metal albums. Why put a Sepultura album when Sepultura had nothing to do with death metal? That would be like, as we were discussing last week, putting Sodom in the black metal scene.
I still don't get why people think Sodom's black metal. To this day, I don't get it.
Me neither. And Hannah probably knows this better than anyone.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm just imagining.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm just imagining Levi saying Sodom is black metal. We'd be like, oh hell no.
I mean, that would be like Metallica made symphonic album. I mean, you had Metallica that made a symphonic album, S&M.
Yeah.
Would that make them symphonic metal? Of course not.
No.
Malmsteen, who arguably was more neoclassical, that could be put more in the symphonic aspect.
Yeah.
Although, for all intents and purposes, it's power metal, as much as we like to call him. But he had a symphonic influence to it.
Or even Deep
And
Purple.
still to this day, you can say, you cannot say top 10 greatest heavy metal guitarists of all time, and without putting Malmsteen in that conversation.
Yeah. I think Malmsteen will be like the top 5 next to Randy Rhoads.
Yeah,
Maybe Steve
Randy
Vai.
Rhoads,
Steve Vai.
Satriani as well, Jeff Loomis,
Jeff Lewis.
and
Oh.
Kai Hansen as a guitarist was was powerful. Although he had a lot of help, especially on the more melodic parts, but Kai was and still is still powerful on the guitars.
Even Chuck. Chuck was like a virtuoso on the guitar. Could even say
Chuck Schuldiner.
you could even say like a prog death.
That's true. There are so many greats. Even the guitarists from Merciful Fate. I mean, Michael Danner and Hank Sherman and all that stuff. Guys, I'm going to have to log out because my battery is running low. So
Yeah, mine.
Yeah.
Mine too.
and it's now 8 o'clock here in Portugal, maybe 9 in Germany. So we have
Yeah.
been going
It's 9
strong
in
for 2
Germany.
hours.
Yeah, just like the other time.
Yeah, but I mean, we cannot say that it hasn't been fun, but still,
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
I gotta go.
yeah.
We'll see.
But I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We'll see. We'll see next week if we can add Levi to the conversation.
Yeah.
And I would say try a last dry run with Levi, and probably in the next coming weeks we'll still have our stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well.
So, see you guys.
See ya.